Overwatch Season 8 is here, and let's get into all the new hero changes. So without further ado, let's get into it. Getting right into it, there are new reticle options for Ana, Ashe, Bastion, Lifeweaver, Mercy, Ramatra, and Widowmaker. Ult charge across the board when swapping is down from 25% to 15% to reduce counter swapping. Now let's get into the hero changes. Starting up with the tank. Doomfist now heals at 75 HP when he's using his ult. The dev comments are, one of the most effective uses of Meteor Strike is to save and escape in order to grab a health pack instead of using it against a foe. Doomfist will now recover health during this targeting phase so that it can be used more offensively. Junker Queen has her spread on her gun getting reduced by 8%. Malga is now in the game. He's getting a few buffs from last time he was in from that limited weekend. Now his base health is down from 500 to 350. His base armor is up from 0 to 150 to compensate that 150 that he lost. His headshot hitbox is reduced by 15%. Spread on both of it while he's firing both of his guns is reduced by 15%. Damage per shot is up by from 4.5 to 5. Damage range increased from 25 to 30 meters. His max ammo from 300 to 350. He now has a lesser movement penalty when he's firing. It was 20% before and now is 15. His ability Overrun can no longer be interrupted by hack. Damage reduction increased from 30% to 50%. Cardiac Overdrive, aka his life stealing ability, he now life steals instead of 60% of the damage that he does. Now it's 70. His Berserker passive will give him overhealth at a considerate rate from 40% to 50%. The dev comments on that were, we got a lot of constructive feedback from players when Malga was available to try during his free preview weekend. So we adjusted his kit for an official launch to give him the ability to last longer in a fight. Ramatra, in his base form now he has 100 shield. He used to have 300 regular health, now he has 100 shield and 200 regular health. His primary fire, the projectile size got increased from 0.075 to 0.1. The dev comments is, Ramatra is quite powerful in his Nemesis form, though his base Omnic form may be too easy to ignore for a tank hero. We're adding some power there to even out the trade-offs of the two forms, with the Omnic form having even better ranged damage while Nemesis pummels and pierces enemy defenses. Sigma is getting nerfed, so Sigma meta is going away. Shield regen rate will be down from 100 HP a second to 85%. Dev comments on this is Sigma is a very effective defensive option between his experimental barrier and his kinetic grasp. The barrier regenerate is being reduced in order to create more opportunity to attack Sigma differently. Wonton Winston, he's getting a big old buff. His damage will now completely ignore armor, so when he's using Tesla Cannon, his main ability, he will no longer have to worry about armor. The dev comments on this is a special property for Tesla Cannon indeed to increase Winston's effectiveness against other tanks with large armor pools. He still won't specialize in dealing with tanks since his single target damage output is very low, but it's less of an extreme disadvantage. Damage heroes. May max ammo reduced from 150 to 120. Dev comments is, we're reducing the max ammo to limit how long May is able to consistently slow enemy targets now that her primary fire deals more damage. Soldier 76 is getting a nerf. Biotic field is currently down from 15 to 18 seconds. Dev comments. Soldier's self-sustain ability is potent and makes him difficult to deal with in his area. Rather than reduce the raw healing output again, we are increasing the amount of time between consecutive uses. Sombra. EMP. Now when using EMP, the ability lockout increased timer is from 1.5 to 3 seconds. And also damage reduction is going from 30% down to 25. The dev comments is, the 1.5 second lockdown duration didn't feel impactful enough for an ultimate ability, but generally EMP is more interesting and effective when it's focused on the disabling aspect rather than the damage. Torbjorn is gaining an overhealth buff. When he uses overload, health gain increases from 75 HP to 100. Dev comments: the health decrease on overload severely impacted Torbjorn overall and made his effectiveness worse, so we're reverting that. Tracer's primary fire is increasing from 5.5 damage to 6 damage. The dev comments is this damage value has been changed a few times over the course of Overwatch 2 and is now back to the original damage. It was previously adjusted due to a couple of bugs with pulse pistol fall off range and spread being much higher than it should have. Support: Baptiste is getting a fat nerf. Primary fire ammo is reduced from 45 to 35, so therefore you can no longer do the 1-to-1s. The dev comments on that is Baptiste has a high amount of self-sustain damage in addition to his various survival tools. We would prefer to have his long cooldown abilities feel more impactful, so we're going to be pulling back on some of his damage potential here. Brig: Whipshot is getting its damage reduced from 80 to 70. Dev comments: Brig ended up being the best performing support hero in the game by a far margin since the last patch. It's likely a result of more than just the damage breakpoint change that she received, but it's a significant increase to her offense, so we're reverting it back to how it was before, and we'll continue further. Kiriko: healing Afuda projectile speed is increased from 14 to 18 meters per second. Protection Suzu invulnerability duration reduced from 0.85 to 0.65 seconds. Healing Explosion increased from 40 to 80 health. Dev comments: reducing the Protection Suzu invulnerability time further will help it feel less frustrating to play against, but still enable it to have a big playmaking moments, although with a stricter timing requirement. To counterbalance the power loss, we're making Kiriko healing more reliable. Mercy: activating Valkyrie will no longer disconnect her staff beam. Dev comments: this is a small quality of life improvement to help keep Mercy healing and powering up her allies without penalty for activating her ultimate. That was all the hero changes in Season 8 of Overwatch. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. If you want more content like it, I will be posting way more content about Season 8, so stay tuned for that. And without further ado, my name is KPowdery, and bye.